What's up everyone, Aries here. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be talking about Sir Nick again today, give him a little bit more light. I was hoping to get this video out before New Year. Hopefully I get it done in time. He was the final reward for the Yuletide event. If you're fortunate enough or lucky enough to get those 2,000 points done. I know some of the veteran players probably have him already. He's one of the oldest champions in the game, and he was also a fusion. And we're going to show some of the areas he can be useful in. We're going to go over his skills really quick. Boreal Blade. It does not hit very hard, but it does have a chance to place a freeze at 50% land rate. It cannot be resisted. It does not go through block debuffs. Okay, that's his A1. A2 says attacks all enemies, places a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns. It's going to be equal to 30% of the damage dealt. It can be useful in wave cons, but again, or wave content, excuse me, but again, it's not very hard hitting. It does not do much in most boss fights, if not all of them. And then he's known for his goodwill skill primarily, which he does fit into a lot of clan boss teams, some Rashkar the tower teams, Bannerlord, as well as Warcaster. Void Epic is also a Bannerlord. He does go with Helicath in some of those team setups, Demon Spawn, etc., and we're not going to talk too much about that, but that's primarily what he was known for, was for his unkillable compositions. There's even a couple man-eater teams out there as well, but we do have him built for damage. If we want to get the most out of that AE2 skill, that polar protection, we do need to put some damage on him, which is really weird. Sir Nick doesn't know what he wants to be. Does he want to be a PvP champion? Does he want to be a PvE champion? Again, because his A1 doesn't do anything for bosses or really wave content, but it can be useful in arena. Sometimes it's really inconsistent. He can shut down, a champion or two if we can get that freeze to land. Let's take a quick look at his masteries. I do have him built, like I said, for damage. We went Helm Smasher on the tier 6. We got some crit rate, crit damage, a little extra damage to shields, Ruthless Ambush. Here, Opportunist. I did pick up Opportunist on him only because he does have a chance to place that freeze there, so it can come in handy. Sometimes it is great, sometimes it's really poor, but let's get into the showcase here really quick. We'll go over the stats briefly. Like I said, I do have him built for damage, over 100k HP, almost 107,000. We are crit capped, and we have a decent amount of crit damage on him. So let's go straight into let's try him out in the dungeon run. We'll go to Dragon first. I did put a team together in preparation for this video. And as a free-to-play player, this is highly accessible if you pull your shards at the right time. I did get lucky there. Ninja was given to us for free. Like I said, Sir Nick was a fusion. I did pick him up some years ago. Lydia is the final reward for beating faction wars, etc., etc. So we'll slow down some of the timers on some of the waves so we can get a good look at the damage that he does output. I do believe he's faster than Ninja right now. We'll slow that down. I believe that's polar protection. 96k was the highest we did see, and we do get a nice juicy shield out of that. So it is great for waves. He can keep you alive in most content, most general content. He's not really great for in-game. A lot of veteran players, or at least a good chunk of the spenders in this game, do have, I guess, better options. There are better options to use for things like this, as he's not going to be doing some of the same things as, let's say, White King Narses or Taurus, however you choose to say, Taurus. yeah, he's not gonna be, you know, outputting the same amount of damage as those champs. And I don't know what that's due to, if that's just due to the way he's coded, if the multipliers are just low. If you guys want to go look at, hell, Hades actually has a website where he goes over, you know, multipliers and, you know, stats and stuff like that. And he basically gives them an overall ranking. And with Sir Nick being as old as he is, he doesn't really have a place in modern raid. Not to say that he's not unplayable, but he doesn't really have a home. And my initial comment, he doesn't know if he wants to be a PvP champion or a PvE champion. Because A1, like I said, doesn't do much in waves. It doesn't do anything for bosses. And then when we do use that polar protection on single targets, it doesn't do enough. The shields are very, very small, very minimal. His damage, even with the way I have him built, I believe he should be doing a little bit more than what he is. So he clocks in at about 1.3. I don't have him fully awakened. I will be doing that as soon as I can. I'm farming Iron Twins at the same time. So he can be useful in Dragon. Somewhat, he can keep you alive. That's not going to be an issue if you did, you know, happen to pull him as a mid-game player. He can do a job for you. So we'll take him into the next one. Let's go ahead and pop in Ice Golem Peak. We're going to be running the same sort of setup, or a similar setup. Raid series, they did a video series. It might have been a year and a half ago. I don't remember. Call it the Arbiter series, and Artak was a login. Still showcasing Sir Nick, still using Lydia, the final reward from Faction Wars, and Foley, who I did get fortunate enough to pull a 6-star blessing for him out of a medium Immortal Soulstone. He was also a fusion and Yumiko. Remember, guys, pull on your 2X's. Pull on your 2X's. We go into his polar protection again here. Oh wow, Foley's gonna kill everybody. It's alright. I believe we'll get a reset from Yumiko here. Yep. Let's get a decreased defense and weaken out. And we were able to, I saw a 115. Still think that's a little low given the decreased defense and weaken. Now, arguably, for champs that are HP based, there's no way to increase HP currently in raid, not that I'm aware of, unless I'm missing something. I don't believe I am. So there are skills that increase attack, increase defense, increase resistance. There's strengthen, you know, all sorts of buffs and things of that nature. There's no way to do an increase HP. Now, Sir Nick does have an aura lead at 33% in all battles, but typically you don't run something like that unless you're going to be playing some weird team compositions. I don't think it's worth it. I haven't really found it to be useful for general content. Maybe inside of Faction Wars or in places that you need to run an aura, but you don't have an all battles aura, can be useful there. Outside of that, you don't normally run a champion like this unless it's in maybe Doom Tower Hard for HP champions, and you need an aura. So it can be useful there, but never as in general, like a general gameplay. So I believe Sir Nick needs a buff. I've been on Twitter. I've been bugging. I've been bugging the ever-living crap out of them over there on Twitter. Once, twice a day. About 1.3 million again. So actually did more damage than Artak there. And Artak is in cursed. I believe I have him in cursed right now as goofing around with him in Hydra. But yeah, he outdid Artak. He's also faster, so he's gonna get his hits in first. But yeah, he can get you through Ice Golem as well. I'm using Foley to block revive on the side adds, and Artak for just a little bit of extra damage and some HP burns with a decreased attack. So I wanted to make something that was reasonable, or something that you could use. Here, let's go back and take a look at these dungeons again. So he doesn't really do much for you for Iron Twins. I believe he's useless for Spirit Keep. Magic Keep, he's not going to be of any use there, not against the boss. He can get you through the waves, you know, on this standard stuff, but he's not really useful for bosses outside of Clan Boss, like I said. And he can definitely get you through these three. I know he was known for Spider there for a while, and I don't really run him in these two unless there's a weird comp that I don't know about. If you guys know of a good team that maybe we can run him in for Sand Devils, please, somebody, anybody, let me know. And the last little bit, we will give him a go in arena here. Let's see if he can knock off some heads. Sure, let's go against this one right here. You would think with the way I currently have him built that he would be able to do a little bit more. It does not seem to be the case. Auto freeze because Sir Nick's on the same team. Absolutely love Lady Noelle. Are we going to be able to knock out the Freya? Not likely. She does have on an increased defense. Here, we'll slow this down. 20k. 20k. I expected that to be a little bit more, even with the ignore defense that we are running on him. Right now, I do have him in 4-piece instinct that you can get from one of the forge passes. I do have him in a 1-piece stone skin on the banner. We can go back and look at the gear here in a second. I know I don't beat them with this setup. We might be able to take these guys. Let's see. Oh, and then we also have a 2-piece immortal on him as well for that extra 15% HP. Who we aiming at? Oh, Arbiter. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Oh, wow. Well. Well, guys, I think we're done here. I think we're going to be about done. Unless Lady Noelle can get a turn. Doesn't look like it. Nope. Got really unfortunate that Ray stole our gear. But I don't mind showing the losses. We can actually run that one back and we'll switch it up a little bit. Let's see here. Who can we use instead? Do I want to be Cheese Ball? Here, let's be Cheese Ball. We're running freezes. Actually, you know what? No, we'll leave it. We'll leave it and see if we can get lucky and resist that Ray. They're quite a bit faster than me. Oh man, that biggin. Banish. Oh, no, we resisted it that time. All right, see, and this is where Lady Noelle is great. Full revive. Everybody's frozen. That guarantees me a turn. We can... I guess it doesn't matter at this point. And their fight's over. That's how good Lady Noelle is. I really wish they would have did something with him. It just didn't. 33k on the AoE. 33k. And I have him, you know, at 247%, you know, crit damage. You would think he'd be able to do a little bit more damage than that. Here, we'll hit a refresh. Let's fight somebody. We'll Well, I mean, that's too easy, right? We probably want to see something better than that. Here, how about this one? Yakaro, Nishak, and Rhodos. Oh, I'm faster. For argument's sake, because I know Foley is doing most of the work, how about we just use this A1? We'll go at Rhodos here, okay? Big Slam, what can we do? What are we going to do here? Anything? Anything? Not the best. He was able to kill the Yakaro. So it's the damage is really subpar, I believe. At least for arena, it's not good. He's not gonna do a lot of good in arena. I wish they would give him a rework. Maybe increase the damage, the more targets he hits, maybe, or the less targets he hits, maybe. Give him a chance to place a weaken before attacking and then a freeze after. Not that, you know, we need to turn him into, you know, because Gergo the Augur just got a rework not that long ago, and he got a nice rework to his passive. And he does a lot more than, you know, Sir Nick does in a vacuum, I guess. Instant freeze. Well, we're going to target the UDK. Alright, let's slow it down again. Let's see what we get out of this polar protection. Wow. UDK must have been squishy or something. That normally doesn't happen. That's extra weird. That's extra weird. Alright, we'll let it run on auto. Foley's gonna do Foley things. He's not a terrible champion, but he's not great. How about a Hansel and Gretel team with Mikage and Arbiter? Let's see if we can take these guys down. I'm trying not to use Foley to see what Sir Nick can really do. Yikes. Jeez, guys, I need you to calm down. Calm down, guys. Uh-oh. Well, my cooldowns got messed up. I think we're about done here. And again, I don't mind showing the losses. Sure, we can play that differently. I have other champs I can use, etc., etc. Here, how about these guys? We'll fight Nias and Siegfried and Loki. If I get outsped, then yeah, then it's terrible. Irresistible freeze. Let's go at we'll pick here. How about you? Slow this down. I don't expect to win this one, especially if they get a revive. I know Siegfried's really annoying. You know what? Here, A1. Let's see if we can place a freeze on Siegfried. Nope, nothing doing. No, yes, resist it all. Oh, that nice is really squishy. Okay, let's see if we can kill Arbiter and Loki in the Polar Protection Shield Slam. Can we do it? Can we do it? Nope. 41. Oh, nope. Soul Reap comes in. You know what, guys? Honestly, I did not expect to win that fight, but even so, the damage is it's not great. Not without the decreased defense and weaken. You know what? Sure. Let's fight Estrid, Taurus, and Sigvard. Let's do it. I don't think we win this one. I'm almost positive. And then again, for argument's sake, we're gonna try not to use Foley if we can help it. He's just in there as emergency, but we'll go after Arbiter here with the A1. Slow this down. Let's see what the Shield Slam is gonna look like here. I know we're not gonna do much to the Taurus, but this is why I run Opportunist on him, because I do plan on running these two together. How much damage are we gonna get away with here? Maybe about 40% of hers and really nothing to Taurus. Oh man. But I wanted to keep this showcase as realistic as possible. I don't want to oversell, you know, the champ. I think he needs a rework. Maybe a multi-hitter on his A1 with an escalating chance to place freeze. Maybe. I think that would be pretty cool. Yikes. Lady Noelle is so good. So very good. No Soul Reap. Second Shield Slam. It needs to do more. Like it needs to do more. But that is as realistic as it's gonna get. Now you can't take him in there against certain teams. I didn't think I was gonna win that one. And we'll go back and we'll take a look at his gear one more time. In a separate video, I do plan on doing a different showcase for his partner champ here, Lady Noelle. I was able to get that fusion done. Guys, do your fusions. You never know when a champion's gonna get buffed, reworked, you know, that kind of thing. So if you have the resources, or if you save enough to do your fusions, I don't ever recommend skipping a fusion. A lot of my actual champs have come from fusions. Fusion, I got him, I think he was one of my first Void Legos. Clan, free, you know, your mission rewards. Log in here, fusion. Armand's was a fusion. Really overpowered champ. Astralon, I believe, was a fusion. Hydra, Iron Brago, I believe he was a fusion. Ray just got lucky. Those two I got lucky. Actually, all four of those. Chris I had saved and I won a tournament for. Nick was a fusion. Ninja was free at one point. Emic was a fusion. Lady Noelle was a fusion. Supreme Elhain was a fusion. Guys, do your fusions. Don't skip your fusions. I promise. They're worth it. If you can just hold your shards and not pull them, that'd be great. It'll do you a lot of justice in the long run. I promise you. But here, so gear sets I'm running on him. Like I said, 2-piece Immortal for that extra 15% health with a little health bump, 3%. Instinct, 4 pieces. I don't have good Savage gear on my account. I've never had good Savage gear on my account. I can run Fire at Night 30,000 times. I have yet to see a gold or 6-star, you know, HP, defense, attack percentage piece come from Fire Knight. At a point I was like, you know what, screw it, we'll see if we can get at least a good weapon, helmet, and shield out of it, and maybe one other piece that's not completely bad. I've never had good Savage pieces, so Instinct is what I have to run for now on anybody I'm dealing damage with. If they're going to be used in waves or the arena, I do have to run Instinct, and the one piece stone skin for the extra 8% HP, which I got actually really lucky on this banner. I don't think I'm gonna find a better banner than that. I wish it would have been 6-star. I wasn't that fortunate, but it's still a great banner. It's got a decent, you know, amount of speed on it. You know, HP percentage here. I ascended it with a little bit more HP there. We are running crit damage, obviously, of course, on the amulet. HP on the ring, a little bit of defense. That was the best one I had at the time of this recording. I had moved a bunch of gear around. So crit rate, you know, crit damage here, HP percentage on the weapon, you know, crit rate here, a little bit more HP percentage, some speed. Crit rate again, HP percentage with some more speed, a little bit of defense. Crit damage on the gauntlets. You do want to build him with damage. A little bit more crit rate, speed. I wish I would have got HP percentage in there somewhere. It did not work out for me on the gauntlets. That was the best I had at the time. And then a solid chest piece, actually. Crit rate, speed, crit damage. And that was the best chest piece I had. And then we also got a triple roll speed on the boots. HP percentage with some crit rate and crit damage. That's how I was able to get these stats. And that's where we, you know, get our almost 107,000 HP from. We're sitting at 200 speed and 247% crit damage. Now, like I said earlier in the video, I do not have him 5-star awaken. I will be doing that. He is on my wish list for the Altar of Souls. I don't have the resources right now to, you know, buy the slots for him if they do pop up, because I've been just ascending a little bit of everything awakening everything a little bit at a time. So I don't actually have the materials to do that right now, but that's the stats. Now, clearly there's a lot of room for improvement on the build. This was literally the best gear on my account I could use for this showcase. And each one of these pieces can be ascended. I'll be doing a lot of Sand Devil probably over the next month to see if we can get all of this fully upgraded. And yeah, like I said, there's a lot of room for improvement on the build, but that is Sir Nick in a nutshell. He's been really power corrupt. He does not do a lot for you in arena. Look at some of these reviews. I don't believe this is accurate anymore. Now, maybe 4 years ago, it was probably great. He could do a ton of jobs for you. He was great. You know, clan boss, arena defense, and the right, you know, team setups or builds. But arena offense, yeah, he doesn't have the damage. And it's a shame, because you actually have to build him with damage if you want this, you know, to work. Even in clan boss, you still want to try to get as much damage out of him as possible, because that is your, you know, your demon lord keys. That does matter, which he's great. He is great there for unkillable teams, as I said. And it's unfortunate because the way his kit works is, my initial thoughts was, he doesn't, as a champion, he doesn't know what he wants to be. He doesn't really have a solid place where he's usable and will be great outside of most of your clan boss setups. But yes, that is the best in-depth guide for Sir Nicholas that I could give you guys before, you know, the new year kicked over. with him being the most recent reward for that Yuletide event, and then also having a partner champ in the Lady Noelle fusion as well. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are we using this champion still today? Can we talk Plarium into giving Sir Nicholas a little bit more love? Is that possible? I'm still going to bat for him because I think this guy is really cool. The raid art department always knocks it out of the park with the aesthetics, the features, and he's just a really cool champ. So I am rooting for this guy because it is the holiday season. I need you guys' help to do it. Let's get Plarium on board and see if we can get a little bit more love for Sir Nick before 2025 is here. So yep, that is going to be it for this one, guys. I don't want to talk your ear off too much, but let me know what you guys think of this champion in the comments below. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas if you celebrate it, and a happy holiday. We will see you in the next one. I appreciate the time.